Welcome back again, fans and friends. And what do you say after that? I'll bring in my two contributors, the two killer bees. It's a woeful performance. It's a woeful evening. I want to get active in the chat, guys. If you're watching, let us know how you're feeling in the chat box. Or, of course, you can come on the show. Just ask for the link and have your say live about anything and everything. Paul Lambert, Stuart Taylor, Andre Dazelle, Armando Dobra, the Untouchables. If Armando Dobra is ready for first team action, then I do not know what the answer is. Guys, talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm a bit deflated after that. You know, like there was no tenacity at all. Like I said that during the half time. No tenacity. You just didn't see it from the players. The players didn't look as if they wanted to win. Now the substitutes, when they came on, Norwood, Downs, they played well in my opinion. I thought they looked as if they wanted to do something. But at the end of the day, we lost 3-2. One of Swindon's goals, was a worldie. But, you know, there's no excuse really. Paul Caddis at the back. Apart from the final 5 minutes, I don't really think there's much to do, really. So.
It's a worldie. But I would like somebody in my midfield to be a bit closer to him. Like, he's got the freedom of Portman Road. The guy's turned, set up a campsite, had a cup of tea, had a Chelsea bun, and then put a worldie in the top corner. Like, at what point are we going to get tight? At what point are we going to put a boot in? Would it hurt one of my midfield players, Ben, that's not called Flynn Downs, to put a tackle in?
I totally agree. Before he had that worldie, and let's be honest with you, it was a beautiful, beautiful goal. He had time to sit there, contemplate his life, maybe kind of mentally catch up on a few things he hadn't thought about for a while, look up and just score the goal of the season. But you know, it's strange. I'm not. It's so bad. I'm not even angry.
Are you numb?
There's nothing to say. We have seen this coming. This is a team that's conceded over 40 goals this season. They can't score for shit. They're at the bottom of the league. They're staying at the bottom, but we've just been absolutely humiliated by them. I'm trying to think of positives because you have to balance it. One of them, I'm not at Portman Road because it's absolutely fucking freezing outside and I'm in a nice warm house. Positive number one. Positive number two, I liked the fact that Norwood came back on and I think he looked good. Arguably, collectively, we're actually worse in the second half of what we conceded in the first half, and the quality of players improved. Downs, I think, was good, but obviously, you could tell he's rusty. I like the fact that Norwood changed it a bit for me when he came on, but God almighty, you've got 10 other positions you've got to now work on. And if Lambert is going to come in for a lot of shit tonight, and I think a lot of it's warranted, we need two up front against teams like this. Because if we're not attacking them and frightening them in the first 15 minutes and putting pressure on them, they're going to think, okay, our turn now. And that's exactly what they did. But apart from that, now I've come on here, I've ranted, I've raved. I don't feel that today. I'm resigned to it. We are not getting out of this. We ain't going to be out of League One for 2 or 3 years at the very least. And I've got to come to some kind of peace with that.
A couple of comments. We've got Adam Flatt. He scored a few goals like that for Newport. Surely we should have known beforehand. But our scouting's non-existent. I thought we had a coach move aside for Kieran Dyer to scout the opposition coming up. Well, that's working out really well so far. Dobra, Dazelle, Hughes, Cornell, McGuinness, Chambers, Drennan. Were they actually playing? Says Matt Wingar. Well, be careful. A few of those are the untouchables.
Don't say anything bad about Dazelle. He's untouchable. He's one of our own. He's one of our own.
I'm just going to say one thing about Dazelle. One thing about Dazelle, if we had wing backs who actually had pace, who could actually get up and down the pitch, do you reckon our midfield would have one better supply? And two, do you think our midfield would also perform better? Because, Ward and Chambers, they're aging, aren't they? Like, they're both in their mid-30s.
They looked it today.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, well, but this is it. And the manager is on borrowed time. He's borrowing time quicker than the Chancellor of the Exchequer can borrow money. Quite frankly, his time is up. But it's a transitional year, and I've been saying this since
2013,
since the start of the season. Got a lot of players out of contract. Got younger players. Dobra, Dozell, be another year in the system. Downs, Wolfenden. People will say you might not keep them. That's fair enough. But this is our medicine. This is our medicine for bad transfers under Paul Hurst. Bad transfers under Paul Lambert. You've got to eventually hit a reset button, and sadly, it's not like a game. You can't just turn off the computer and say, when I restart that, I haven't saved it. So
well, this was the argument. We're in a championship. The argument was, right, we need to go down to League One and press the reset button and start over again. Look at other clubs that have done that. That's fine if you're not already by that point, 70, 80 million in debt. And with now,
but you're in debt to one guy, and that guy can quite frankly piss off.
I agree.
You know, I ain't bothered about that debt. I ain't bothered about him, and I'm not bothered about anything else. I've had a few conversations on Twitter about the reset and about should it be happening at boardroom level. Well, yeah, without a doubt. I don't think you'll see many fans say otherwise. But I'm not given access to ask hard questions. I'm not given the Leo Neal 45-minute phone conversations. I can't say to you, you know, this is what's happening or this is what should happen. All I can say as a fan, I'm looking at it with my transition hat on, and I'm thinking, okay, let's say Kieran Dyer takes charge in the summer. He's in a better position. There's less expectation and more of a blank piece of paper. And is this just Ben? Go West Ben. Is this just not take your medicine? It doesn't feel great, but as Ben says, at least you're not there. You haven't got to sit through it.
I mean, first of all, you know, like I think the very first time I came onto the show, I think I said, you know, like I travel down to Portman Road maybe 5-6 times a year to see Ipswich. I live in Cornwall. That's like how many hour drive you could probably tell me. But one, the reset button. You know, Paul Lambert isn't really the manager to do the reset button under. And two,
but he won't be, will he? Because he eventually will run out of rope. Eventually, there'll be no more rope for him. And because this is a disaster, isn't it?
But how deep? It makes you ask the kind of the more existential question. There's obviously a rot that's happening at Ipswich Town, and I very rarely say it because there's no need to. A good friend of mine is someone who actually works there, and I'll never discuss who he is or what he does. But I'll tell you what, that rot goes deep. And getting rid of the manager, we would actually find out how deep that is. So let's say we get new scouting people. Is the rot that deep? Let's say we get rid of the players and the owner. Does the rot go that deep? How deep down has this rot set in the wood where we actually need to press the reset button and actually start from a foundation of some kind of, you know, solidarity and kind of parity to actually be a reasonably successful professional football team? It is so deeply entrenched that yes, I want Lambert gone, and yes, he's the wrong man for this job. But if you think that's going to change things, because what I'm worried of happening is, okay, Kieran Dyer, he comes in, and I've been against this because Kieran Dyer has zero experience. We just have good memories of him as a good player. So let's say he comes in. Okay, I'll be open to that because fuck knows we've tried everything else. What if he doesn't succeed? Then he becomes another Jim Magilton when there were Jim Magilton banners flying all about Portman Road. He just becomes another player with a great standing at our club who's going to be hauled through the coals because he can't get us promoted. So I say leave the ex-players. Keep them in a good place in your brain and don't come and sully your reputation by trying to manage us because it will destroy you.
Amy, Ben says, do not bring ex-players back to be managers. Paul Lambert is still manager as of 1936 on the 9th of January. Should he be?
That didn't prove to you that he shouldn't be. Then is there going to be anything else that proves to you that he shouldn't be? I'm absolutely, for me, the way that we came back, the way that we came out in the second half took a while to get us going, didn't it? But the way that we actually were clearly playing to get something out of this game shows that everybody who says we haven't got the players to do it is wrong. We have got the players. We've proved it today. Judgy, I tell you what.
Amy, we got beat 3-2 by Swindon Town. They've not won a game in 6.
Of course we did, because he set us up wrong from the start. If we had played like we did in the second half, which, let's be honest, wasn't beautiful, but if we played like we did in the second half the whole way through the game, we would have been all right. We would have drawn against Swindon. Hallelujah. But we just why is it taking the half time for us to turn our games around? How many times have I been on with you and talked about how much better we played in the second half? We know what we're capable of, but we're not showing it because we've got 69% possession in the first half. It's ridiculous. 69% possession and doing nothing with it. And in the second half, we do something with it. And obviously not enough. But why is it taking that long? Because it's the way he is setting us up from the start. It has to be. I don't care who takes over, whether it's Kieran Dyer or me. I just need somebody else other than Lambert, and it needs to be bloody two up front.
Yeah,
if there's somebody else less popular to take charge than Paul Lambert, it might be you. But I can see Twitter already.
You got my vote, Amy.
Already exploding.
You know you want me. You know you want me.
Twitter has gone wild already.
I bet it
I've
has.
got to see in the headlines. Oh dear. Ben, all right. Amy says it's the manager not setting the team up right. I've got some comments in the comment section. Keon Leathers just brings to mind. Squad is poor. No proof the squad is anywhere near good enough. Is it a bit of both? Is it the squad? Is it the manager? What is it? What is it about this club at the moment?
I think the squad has fallen along. Sorry, Ben, you go. Sorry, that's my fault.
Can I ask a question for you three? If you were the manager, what formation would you use? Like, you have to play a formation for the entire season. You have
To quote Mike Bassett, 4-4-2.
Precisely.
3-5-2, but that's me.
3-5-2.
You need
That's
two
a
strikers
family.
in this division. You need
That's a
two strikers
family.
in this division. You're not Swindon Town. No offense.
Yeah, but you
They've
can't
beaten us.
have our
They've beaten
defence
us,
with
and that's
three
fair
people
enough.
in it. Look at
And
that first goal.
I'm sorry?
You can't have our defence with three people in it. Look at that first goal.
Look at the third
Where
one.
the bloody hell was Chambers?
You're going to concede goals. That's life. That's part of football.
Yeah, I suppose.
Joe Royal had it right. You score 4, we'll score 5. I don't care how many you score. We're going to
Yeah, but
score
we
more
don't
than
score.
you. Now, occasionally, but we should be scoring goals for fun. We've got Caden Jackson, James Norwood. You've got players that aren't living up to their billing. But there are goal scorers in the team. Now, Norwood's not been fit, and neither is Jackson. However, we are wafer thin, Ben, because if you take away Jackson and Norwood, you've got Aaron Drinnan and Ollie Hawkins. That's more thinner than a wafer thin slice of ham.
Drinnan, I'll tell you what, he didn't cover himself in glory today, did he? If he's looking to push the bounds of him getting in the team, have you ever seen someone more completely rudderless in their own game today? And I don't mean to, circle him out for criticism because he's not 17 years old. He's 23. He should at least be showing the fruits of a few years of training and being a professional footballer. That was the most nothing performance I think I've ever seen today. And I'm going to come back to something I said at half time. The man of the match today was Alan Judge, and people scoffed at me at half time, and he fucking was in the second half as well. And when Alan bloody Judge is your best player over two halves with a good goal, something is terminal.
No, but how long have we been saying that? Alan Judge needs to be performing better, and today he did.
And he did
Today
do it.
he did.
Sid.
He was everywhere. I really enjoyed watching him.
Sid,
the only
Alan
one on the
Judge
pitch.
is our man of the match today. Do you
Sid.
agree with that?
Yeah.
I was quite critical of him in the first half, but I do agree with Ben there. He couldn't pick another player that done better.
It's a bit like the Bristol Stool chart today, though, isn't it? We are still comparing.
Yeah. So
Like,
when you're
we're
picking Alan Judge as your man of the match, it just sort of says it all, really.
You've got beat 3-2 by a team that ain't won a game in a month. Or 6 games, certainly. Paul Lambert is the manager. Look, Sid, talk to us. Give us your candid thoughts. Come on.
I just sat here after the game and thought, where does this club go from here?
Yeah.
Because it's not going up anytime soon. There's only one way it's going, and that's down. It's just going to gradually get worse and worse and worse, just like it has the past 13 years.
This club will only go as far as you want it to go. And because you fans hold this club accountable. When that ballot opened, people rushed back.
But I don't think they would have rushed back if it wasn't for coronavirus, because I think people were looking for some kind of
True.
escape from the harsh realities of life right now. And as shitty as the football is, it's still an escape. But any other year, apart from what we have all had to go through collectively with our families, our work, and our friends. Football, at the very least, should be some kind of escape. And even when it's shit today, for an hour and a half, I'm not worried about my friends, my job, my family. I can just step away from that for a little bit of while, and then I can come back into it after. But when you leave watching this, as depressed as you are that life is giving you anyway, you've really got to question. I'm questioning: do I want to spend another £10 next week and watch it? I don't know. It's a lot of money now, because I don't mind spending money if you get value. You can go and spend £200 for a plate of food in a restaurant, but if it's fantastic food and a great experience, you'll spend it because you're getting value. But we're just not getting the value right now. This should be our escape from a shitty situation in the world at the moment, and it's becoming less and less of that as time goes on. It's just another shit thing we all have to go through.
Whereas,
see, I had a
go on.
massive debate with myself. So we finally swapped over to Sky recently because Talk was such an awful internet. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to get Martin in trouble. But we swapped over to Sky, but I'm not paying for the sports package because honestly, the only thing I will watch is the one occasional game that we have on Sky, and that isn't worth the money. So for me, I haven't been able to watch Ipswich on Sky today. I've had to watch it on the blooming iPad, and I had a debate in my head of do I watch it on the Sky Go app or do I pay the club £10? And I felt awful for not giving the club a tenner, but I had to watch it. And next Saturday, I know I'll do it because I'm on this show. So I know that I'll pay it because I feel like I've got to. It's back. I've missed it so much. This club is my life. This club is the thing that, like you say, it takes you away from everything. When you've got like 24/7 with your kids all day, it's just given me 2 hours away. I've got out of bedtime tonight, bless Luke, for dealing with it. It's my escape, and I will always do it.
What you've said there, Amy, is two things I want to pick up on there and bring the rest of the group in. First and foremost, Marcus Evans doesn't need your £10, and us fans need to get out of this mindset of we're giving I feel bad for not giving the club my fiver, my tenner, my 20 quid. Marcus Evans does not need another £10 from you, Amy Downs. Okay, he's richer than the Queen, he's richer than Simon Cowell. Doesn't need any more money, right? So we need to get out of this little old us, do I support the club? Second of all, I view it a bit differently to how Ben views it. I view it more of somebody trying to quit cigarettes. They can go months without it. The moment they go on a night out and a few drinks start flowing, they start craving it.
So going back to a poisonous ex-girlfriend. Yeah, it's a terrible relationship, but God, she's good looking.
Those gates opened, moments those gates opened, it was like being offered that cigarette. Fans started to get the itch.
Yeah.
Little
corner of your mind just ticking in there. Yeah.
And that's what
I even
Marcus
just
Evans
tonight
relies
seeing the shots before the game of Portman Road. The last time I was there was the last game of the season, 2019, because I was heavily pregnant at the time, and then I didn't go in the beginning of 2020 because I had a tiny baby, so I didn't go. And I won't go this season, obviously, and I probably won't go next season because I can't see them allowing away fans. So it's like, fuck, how long is it going to be before I get to see Portman Road again? And it's been my constant. I'm 36 going on 37. It's been the only thing that's been constant in my life. It's the one thing that I will always do, no matter what.
And we pay that £10 not for Marcus Evans or for the club. If you go on a deeper level, we pay that money for us. We pay it so we can enjoy it. We pay it so we can be a part of the thing that we've always belonged to. That £10 is as much for me as it is to invest in the club, which is the right thing to do. But that 10 is for me. And when it stops being enjoyable for me, I question the investment.
Amy, before I let you go, I've got to bring Peter Cox in. How long past 8 o'clock do you want Lambert sacked by?
1 minute.
What are we on? 13 minutes left now until 8 o'clock. I would like to. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No.
Not a chance. Not like watching you guys before the show. Where I don't know where we are after tonight. To be fair, I haven't seen the league since the end of the game, but you can kind of hope that we've dropped out of playoffs, so we might be thinking about it, but it's not happening tonight, is it? Not happening because COVID is the best excuse that man has ever had.
Right.
Staying in the job.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, thank God. Okay, he's just been struck down by it. And look, football aside, as a man, I'm glad he's over it, and I'm glad he's better.
Absolutely.
Because God knows there are plenty of people who are not, and some of them are Town fans, and God bless them. But as a purely footballing side of things, purely football, COVID is the single best thing to happen to Lambert's career at Ipswich, because
Agreed.
you imagine there's 18,000 fans there tonight. The fucking abuse there will be, because you can't hear it now. Yeah, you get the tuned-in mic stuff from Sky. It sounds like there's a crowd there, but they have no idea what people actually sound like at the moment, how angry they are. Imagine 18,000 of us tonight. The message that would send. Although would it? I don't know. Would it send a message? Who knows?
Amy, we
He's still
appreciate
getting money
you.
in his pocket.
We'll see you next week.
Martin, before you let me go, can I just say that video that Ipswich had out tonight about the people who died in 2020, I think that's reminded me why I'm an Ipswich fan. We are all one big family, and it really hit me hard, because I was like, I wonder how many of them were COVID, but equally just like letting parts of our Ipswich family go. That was sad. That's hard. I'm really glad they did that.
How many of them want to be with us right now, having this, a moment and this conversation? So, in the grand scheme of things, I totally echo that, Amy. 100%.
Absolutely.
Dead right.
Amy.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, Peter. We're a family. We're a family, but we're a hurting family.
Good God, yes.
Guide us out of this.
As Ben said, I really don't know how I'm feeling tonight. There's a mixture of disappointment for losing against Swindon, but there's another bit of me who says, it's just another chapter in our absolute decline. We're all years of stagnation. We are now purely and simply in decline. No disrespect to Swindon, that they got a result there today. They scored a brilliant goal, as you said. He could have set up a tent, had a cup of tea, cooked a breakfast, and then put that goal in. But our beloved Ipswich Town is like a mighty oak. It is so broken. It's got Dutch elm disease, and this Dutch elm disease has got so many symptoms that needs curing.
It's been eaten by practice by a tank. Yep.
Yeah, Scotch disease. That's what it's got.
Scotch. Yeah.
It starts from the top. Is there a way out of it, Peter? Do you feel with a few additions in the next coming days? Stuart Taylor had hoped to have one in through the door before today's game.
He's obviously going to be the Barnsley guy, yeah.
But do you think with those additions, do you think we can be a better team, a more competent team, a passionate team?
He'll be injured in 3 weeks. Who cares?
Of course he will be. The Ipswich Townitis Joe Raw used to refer to. Well, that is, it's a bit like COVID. It's mutated, and there's so many symptoms. Oh,
I like that. I like that, man. Nice.
You're not using it, Ben. That's mine. The Ipswich Town. But no. I mean, I don't want to be negative, because
I think you can be after that shit show.
After that show, okay, thank you.
I think it can be.
It is. Oh God, I really don't know. We're not. It's not. It doesn't matter. We could go out and sign Lionel Messi from have his last hurrah from thing. Paul Lambert's not going to play him. I mean, he would do it. He would sign Lionel Messi, right. and he would not play. He would not play. I mean, one up front today. What the hell? Jackson played, and I thought he done well out on the wing there. But good God, what are you doing, Lambert? Oh, what planet are you on? God gracious!
I've lost what planet he's on now. He's lost the plot. Let's be honest.
Is he going to get sacked tonight? Of course he's not. I mean, Marcus Evans, were you actually what? No, of course you weren't. You probably in Barbados or something there, but.
Wish I was.
Yeah, so do I. I'll settle for bloody Syria in a minute after that. But good gracious! What are you doing, Mr. Evans? What are you doing to our club? Is this? You are far richer than I am. Far richer than probably all of us. But maybe not as rich.
Probably is there? There's no probably about it. We're talking about probably all of us.
No, it's. But what are you doing? Is this a tax write-off or something? What are you doing with our wonderful club? Our once wonderful club.
Cruncher.
Evening.
It's somebody who's as rich as Marcus Evans.
He's richer than Marcus Evans.
Are you looking forward to your fish and chips, Martin? I think they might taste a bit funny after watching that shit show.
Oh God!
Talk me through it, Cruncher. Get that powder wet, son.
What do you want me to say? Because
What can he
You're
say?
on the show. I don't know.
that hasn't been said already. You know,
Yeah.
look, fair play to Swindon. I thought for a team that are second bottom of the league, I thought they played really well. But
They did.
I want to have a word with you, Ben, because you said you contradicted yourself. Not the milk tray, man.
Oh, okay.
You're all right. You're safe at the minute.
Go West.
So Ben, go West. You said before the game, when Martin was criticising Aaron Drinnan, you said he needed 10 to 15 games, and then at half time you'd backtracked.
Yeah, because he saw the player.
He watched the first half.
It showed. Look, listen. It showed to me when he brought Norwood on. Drinnan is absolute. Well, look, I don't want to be disrespectful. He's a professional footballer, but Norwood showed him he was running in behind. You know, he got on the ball.
Yeah.
He was physical. Drinnan was everything but that, weren't he? His touch was like a baby elephant in the first half, or some people said like a trampoline. It was pinging off him. And for people who look, Drizzy, Mark Heath from the East Anglian, get your head out your arse, you know, get your head out your backside and stop bigging up a player that has not scored a first team goal for Ipswich, you know. Utter shit. He's talking utter shit. Martin come out with a great one on the group though, guys. He said the back four, what was it? It was
It's a cross between the Rugrats and the Chuckle Brothers.
Look, you've got two aging fullbacks there who are showing every year of their age now.
Yeah.
You know, Stephen Ward, we did question that signing when we had one of the shows before the season, you know, and now he's showing that he's every year of his 35, you know. He played well the start of the season. Since then, no, not for me. You need younger legs. You need Vincent Young back in there.
He just needs a hot bath, didn't he? Poor bloke. Just needs a rest, a hot bath.
What's Janasian done wrong? Like, bring in
Both
Janasian.
both him and Chambers were just look every game that's going past, and it hurts me to say that about Chamber, but it's just more and more they're just getting showed up. Him and Ward.
Yeah,
but we've got away with it, Coxie. We've got away with it against these teams like Burton at home, Crewe at home. Today, it all come home to roost, you know. It come home to roost. The mistakes. Look, 2 of them goals right through the centre of our team. Look, I know we can say the second goal. Someone should have got near him. Fair enough. Listen, I like to watch good football, and that was a fantastic goal. That was probably one of the best goals at Portman Road, other than Leighton Baines, as a long range strike. I was going to say since Leighton Baines for. Yeah, it was a great goal. We can all say should have got closer to him. Look. Hats off to him. It was a great goal. But fair play to Swindon. Anyway, Brett Pittman, guys, looks like he's had a really good Christmas, doesn't he? He's been at the quality street.
And he's still got across Phil and
Lil. He's still fucking made us look like children. Yeah.
You know, you criticise Ward and
Chambers,
but Phil and Lil in the centre half from the Rugrats, they shouldn't get away scot-free here. You know, absolute criminal defending.
I'm old enough to love that comment.
Absolutely criminal defending. Mark McGuinness is about. What's he in cement? Get across your man. He looks 4 stone overweight. Come on.
He does look big. He looks big.
I could have marked him for tonight.
Mm.
I've got a blue badge, so you know. It's just the way it is.
Like an experienced centre back to sit either side of them if we play 3 at the back. So if we play like 3-5-2, we need an experienced centre back just to slot in there.
Need a fucking miracle. Sore feet. Chamber in Hall of Fame. Or he's put frame. Joke. If he took his hands out of his ears, he maybe could. Oh yeah, that's something that's really sort of going to come out as well, isn't it? Michael Finch. It's a crying shame watching Ipswich side who are that bad and it hurts. And I've supported 50 years and it's terrible. Look, let's round up the show. Bringing in Johnny Duncan. We've got Johnny Duncan, Unhappy Stuart, The Cruncher, Peter Cox, Sid Driver, Go West, The Milk Tray Man, and myself. Let's round it up.
Is that tree come down, Ben? Is that tree gone?
Oh, yeah.
Forget about the tree.
I thought he got out the window when that third goal went in.
12 notes gone.
Turn the fucking camera around.
You said, let's get Kane Vincent Young back. But on Twitter in the week, you went, are we pinning all our hopes on the right back? Change your story, but.
Oh, you having to go at me?
Yeah, but he's now being told by somebody.
Yeah, but come on. Come on, look, Johnny. He's a lad. He's played 9 games in 14 months. Come on, let's just calm down a little bit. All our prayers are not going to be answered by a right back coming.
Do you know what? It'd have been a lot better that night. Tonight, that was shit, mate.
I agree.
That was shit.
Yeah.
Let's not hold anything back. They were second from bottom. They played us. We were shit. And if that manager's still got a job in the morning, I am fucking angry.
You're going to be fucking angry.
You're going to be angry, Johnny.
We were shit. And if you think that was acceptable, then I'm dumbfounded.
I think we all need to calm down about Paul Lambert, because you see how he looked in the stand there. He does not look a well. Yeah. He don't look a well man. Yeah. He doesn't look a well man.
He didn't look a well man before COVID. To be fair,
well, no, I am
not taking anything away from anyone's health and how they've been, and with any viruses or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, what Stuart Taylor's put out there tonight and what he said, that was crap. Honestly, anyone can tell me that was a good performance. Second from bottom, put your hand up. That's my point. It was shit. It's time for the manager to go. I don't care what anyone says, and maybe I'm harsh. Maybe I'm okay. Let's be nice because it's COVID, and we need to be sensitive because of the times, because it's really harsh times. But this is a business. If you take from a businessman's point of view, like Marcus Evans, because he is a businessman, it's not working. It's not working. Should have gone before Christmas. Who disagrees with me?
He should have gone last season anyway. He should have gone last season. Yeah, he should have gone last season, but he didn't.
Who thinks the guy in the studio could do a better job? Hey?
Who was in the studio? I didn't say I was.
Paul Cook.
I was doing a show. Who was doing it?
Paul Cook.
Do you reckon he was looking what could have happened? Peter says no. Why?
No. Cowleys.
Why, Peter?
Yeah. It's got to be the Cowleys. But if it doesn't matter who comes in, if Marcus Evans is going to keep his strategy, if you like, or not spend any money, we need a manager like Mick McCarthy or Joe Roll. And hang on, hear me out. What I mean by that is somebody who's got connections in the world, who can pull out good loan signings, because that is what
Paul Green.
Paul Green, yeah.
Patrick Kisnorbo. Billy Mojny.
Tony Dinning.
I just don't want it to be Kieran Dyer, because the guy, as I said before, he has a good reputation. Don't come to him and fuck it up.
It would be setting Kieran Dyer up to fail if he got the job now.
At the moment. It would be at the moment. I tell you what, Johnny. Yeah, I know we should be nicer with COVID, but if he isn't feeling well and he wants less stress, a resignation might help. Just
because we care for him.
It's 2 weeks, isn't it? 2 or 3 weeks. Main symptoms.
But the thing is, though, I get the COVID argument, and I do, and on a human level, as with Alan Judge, I feel sorry for Mr. Lambert. I'm his biggest fan.
Totally agree with Ben tonight. Totally agree with Ben. I thought Judge was our best player by a mile.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But you know what?
He was. Yeah.
Took his time, but yeah.
I'll make a statement. I would have 11 Norwoods out there. 11 Norwoods out there in every position with his attitude, his passion. Forget Judge. I'd have 11 of his brains in all those positions, and we would walk.
What's that lead to? Here we come.
His biggest critic, but I would have him. Callie.
Yeah. Cheers. Callie's given up. Look, League
Two. Hey, Callie. Hey, Callie. How's the cricket going? How's the cricket going? You're a bit quiet on that front.
Forget the cricket, man. Forget the cricket, football. Forget sport. Forget everything, man. It's all over. Forget it.
How was your pie, anyway? How was your pie?
My pie was all right. That was the best part about it. It was actually warm. So, yeah, that was the best part about the game. But it's shit. I said it in November. I said we're in relegation form. We're playing a relegation team, and that's where we are. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know what else I can say that hasn't been said. We're
shit.
We're shit.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We're just shit.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate. But it's just, I mean, I don't know. I like the reference to Rugrats, Phil and Bill. I would never play them two again. Them two just look shocking. But the worldly goal, I get that. But again, you've got to close them down. I know Andre should have maybe closed him down. And I know people are saying, okay, we shouldn't really, he doesn't get criticised enough or whatever. But Andre is a bit different to some of our other academy players. And the reason I say that is because of the role he's playing. He can only excel if people in front of him are moving, if people in front of him are making those runs. If not, then who's he going to pass to? Most of the time, if you look up, he picked up the ball. All he had on was Jackson out wide or Dobber out wide.
It's a fair argument.
So when Judge made a run or two, then there's a couple of people in there. But in a better team with people making runs, Andre will excel, and that's the problem. We're not scoring. I think we scored 25 league goals and we conceded 22. We're not scoring goals. We're conceding goals, silly goals as well, like absolute shocking goals. And
I would like to see how many goals chances we're creating per game, because he is the player.
They've outscored us this season. They've scored more goals than us.
So, I mean, as I said to Cruncher in the WhatsApp group, if you could tell me today, for example, Andre's created 5 clear-cut chances, and
it was interesting comments. Interesting comments from Gab Sutton, though, Martin. You see him on Twitter, didn't you?
I did.
So, like he's saying, if Andre had 2 fullbacks who could get forward, who had pace, that would help. And I agree with what Callie's saying there. He can only do so much. If people are not moving, and if we're static, which we are, in the first half, we had no focal point, did we, at all? I still can't get my head round when we were losing that game, Jackson stayed on the right wing all game. And I know it was a half-decent ball in for the first goal. Come on, look, there's 9 of us on here. Are we all saying that he should be playing on the right-hand side? No chance.
Definitely not.
No.
But can I just say, though, let's catch up, because I know it, but the first goal, our 2 Asian fullbacks were the ones standing there with their hands in the air looking for some sort of hope from somewhere, and it just got put in. It was an awesome goal.
There were still 7 other people in the box, though, that let that goal in.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that's where it needs to change, because I think that's where you're in this sort of football, you're going to get exposed on the wings, right? It's either wing play or through the middle, and generally it's wing play. And Ward was awesome when he came in. He was absolutely awesome. He brought a new kind of authority and vigor to a really failing defence, and we was like, "Oh, this is amazing," but really, it isn't really.
He's not Johnny. He's not been the same since his injury.
No, he's
Stephen
not.
Ward.
But do you not think he's showing now what he actually is now?
He's a 35-year-old aging
and his
fullback.
Career. We need
after a big injury.
Do you know what? This is not. This is not.
I just think
we really need.
I think he showed up how bad our left back position had got. Really, it got so the level had got so low. It was like he took it up again, but he's now regressed. But it's still better than what it were last year. Look, I
agree with Callie. I agree with Callie about the centre backs. Wilson. I don't know where Wilson is. Is Wilson injured? Can someone tell me?
He's either injured or a huge argument. Because
the answer, Cruncher. Come on,
hey?
Next year isn't the answer. Come on, next year. What are we going to do?
We're not doing next year. We're on about now, Johnny. And I was arguing on Twitter. I was arguing on Twitter before the game about Toto, and I think Toto's a bit of an accident waiting to happen. And if you spin it round, and Callie, I think, put the stats up earlier. When we had Wilson and Toto earlier in the season, how many goals did we concede, Callie?
We conceded 7 goals in 8 games.
But then a lot of people will say it was the opposition we played. But then we played Swindon tonight and we've let 3 goals in.
Greg found Ward gets exposed by any winger who is not paralysed from the waist down. Jesus, Greg.
Chambers, though, Ward and Chambers, great in their day or whatever, but they are, even for a League One team, and if we check about challenging going on, they're nothing.
In their day?
They should be backup. They shouldn't be first teamers. So, which makes me wonder why the hell we're getting rid of Donasian, because I think he's a better left back than probably Ward at the moment.
Yeah, but he's not good enough for Ipswich Town.
Who's good enough for Ipswich Town at the moment?
None of them are good enough.
Donasian, everyone can say Donasian is better than Chambers, but all right, they're on par. But is he who we need to take us to the next level? That's the question you've got to ask yourself to get us out of the league.
We're not getting out, Johnny. We're not getting out of the league.
We got Barry Cotter back. Barry Cotter's back.
Barry Cotter.
Right, I want let's round up the show. We'll start with Ben, and as we go round, I'll take you out to bring it to a close because we're back tomorrow 1:30 live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Matt Phillips is grumpy, by the way. He didn't celebrate the first goal.
No,
what is the matter with that man?
So we're back tomorrow to pull it all apart again. Make sure you're there. You can join us then as well. So Ben, it's the same question to all of you. 2 words to sum up tonight. Different words from everyone, please.
More alcohol.
Took the words out of my mouth.
We love you. Thank you very much. Sid.
I can't even think of anything.
That's
just
speechless.
Shit.
Sorry?
Just shit.
Just shit. We love you, Sid. Coxie.
Sad times. Sad times.
They should rename the... Yeah. Oh, I love that. Love you, Peter. Crunch.
Taylor out.
Stuart.
Brilliant.
Lambert out, get the club back the way it was.
Get the club the back the way... And what does that mean to you?
That's not 2 words.
No. What does that mean to you?
No, what I mean by that is get Lambert out, get Evans out, and let's get this club back the way it was back in the day.
I like that.
Because
I like that. Tomorrow, 1:30. Join me. I want more from that.
I'll be there.
More. Johnny.
Management failure.
I like that.
I love that. Callie. Oh, no, wait. That's you. Callie.
League 2.
Go on, finish it off.
League 2 is where we're going. That's the only place. That's the only way we're going to get out of the league under this Evans and Lambert regime. Even Downs coming back today or whatever, they're going to be rushed back. They're going to make a difference. Players are getting worse under the current regime. League 2 is the only way we're getting out of League 1.
Reese Curtis says bloody shit. Jack, boy, how long has Vincent Young from starting? Don't know. Reese Curtis, crap club. Darryl Jones has seen enough, haven't we all? Facebook user, bloody shy. And Adam Cooper, so easy to set up against us with the fullbacks. Just play 2 quick winners and you've won the... Well, yeah, I mean, Cameron Stewart won a contract here, didn't he? Playing against Chambers at fullback. So that rings true. Reese Curtis, Evans foul, and Stephen Catamol, dog shit. Ben, finish us off.
Well, YouTube's going to hate me for saying this, but shit bastards. Sorry.